There is a place on Earth where the idea of a face begins to fall apart. No sunlight, no horizon, no up or down, only pressure. Here, thousands of meters beneath the surface, something drifts through the dark. It does not blink. It does not look back. In fact, it does not look at all. Because in this world, a face is optional, and evolution has decided it can do without one. Imagine descending into the ocean. At first, the water glows blue, then darker blue, then ink. At 200 meters, sunlight begins to fade. By 1,000 meters, it's gone completely. This is the midnight zone, an environment so lightless that even shadows disappear. The extreme condition here is not just darkness, it's pressure. At these depths, the weight of the ocean above is crushing, hundreds of times greater than the air pressing on your body right now. Steel submersibles creak, electronics fail, and yet, life persists. One of its strangest responses: abandon the face. Many deep-sea fish have tiny vestigial eyes, barely functional. Some species, like certain deep-dwelling snailfish and cusk eels, have skin stretched smooth across reduced eye sockets. Others bury their eyes beneath layers of tissue. In a world without light, vision becomes an expensive luxury. Eyes require energy, they require neural processing, they require maintenance. Down here, energy is everything. And so evolution asks a brutal question. If you can't see, why waste resources pretending? But this raises a larger mystery. If sight disappears, what replaces it? Layer 2, the rewriting of senses. As we descend further, 2,000 meters, 3,000, the water grows colder, near freezing. Food becomes scarce. Most creatures survive on what scientists call marine snow, a constant, ghostly drizzle of dead plankton, waste, and decaying bodies drifting from above. It is a slow rain of the forgotten. In this famine-like environment, fish without faces develop extraordinary sensory systems. Instead of eyes, they rely on the lateral line, a fluid-filled network running along the sides of their bodies that detects vibrations in the water. Imagine feeling movement the way you feel a ripple through a spider's web. Every twitch, every pulse. Some species amplify this further with elongated whisker-like filaments, turning their bodies into living antennae. And then there are the deep-sea tripod fish. They perch on the seafloor using elongated fin rays like stilts, facing into the current. They don't chase prey. They wait. Their bodies become passive traps, detecting the faintest disturbance. In total darkness, stillness is strategy. But scientists still don't fully understand how some of these fish map their environment. Without sight, without landmarks, how do they navigate vast, featureless plains of mud? Do they memorize currents, magnetic fields, chemical trails? The ocean floor offers no obvious clues, yet they survive. Layer 3, the face that dissolves. And then we reach something even stranger. At depths beyond 4,000 meters, where pressure can exceed 400 times what we feel at sea level, certain fish appear almost unfinished. Translucent skin, gelatinous bodies, features blurred. The famous faceless fish, rediscovered during deep-sea expeditions near Australia after more than a century without sightings, seemed almost erased. Its mouth was tucked beneath its body. Its eyes were barely visible. To human observers, it looked wrong. But what we call face is a surface adaptation, an arrangement optimized for air, light, and social interaction. Down here, none of that matters. High pressure reshapes proteins, destabilizes cellular structures. To survive, deep-sea fish fill their tissues with special molecules called piezolites, chemical stabilizers that protect their cells from being crushed at the molecular level. Their bodies become soft, flexible, almost boneless. A rigid skull would be a liability, a defined face unnecessary. Instead, they evolve towards something fluid, forms that look less like fish and more like drifting thoughts. And here's the uncomfortable truth. The deeper we go, the less life resembles the shapes we instinctively trust. Layer 4. Evolution without witnesses. For millions of years, these creatures have evolved in isolation. No sunlight, no predators with sharp vision, no need for display or color. On the surface, evolution often favors visibility. Bright feathers, expressive eyes, elaborate patterns. Faces become communication hubs. But in the abyss, communication shifts. Bioluminescence replaces expression. Some deep-sea species produce light from within, cold chemical glows generated by symbiotic bacteria or specialized organs, not to see, but to lure. Here, light is bait. Some fish dangle glowing appendages in front of tooth-lined jaws. Others emit faint flashes to confuse prey or attract mates. Ironically, in a world where natural light vanished, life begins to manufacture its own. But this raises an even deeper question. If the deep sea covers more than half our planet's surface, and we have explored less of it than the surface of Mars, how many other body plans exist down there? How many evolutionary experiments have unfolded without ever being observed? What we've discovered only deepens the mystery. Final descent, the edge of the known. At nearly 8,000 meters below the surface, in trenches where tectonic plates collide, the pressure becomes almost unimaginable. And still, fish are found. Some species in hadal trenches appear to have no functional swim bladders, no rigid bones, just soft, pressure-balanced forms adapted to an existence we once thought impossible. Scientists still debate the limits of vertebrate life at these depths. Is there a boundary beyond which even cellular chemistry cannot cope? Or could evolution push even further? Each new expedition answers one question and creates 10 more. The uncomfortable truth about fish without faces is not that they are grotesque, it is that they are logical. They are what life becomes when stripped of light, of color, of performance. They remind us that our idea of normal is shallow, literally.